What's going on, everybody? This is Spencer Ostrowski with Delivering Sports. I actually just recorded this episode, but I didn't hit record right, I guess. So I didn't record, so the video is going to be coming out a little later than usual because I didn't record the episode. I was just talking to myself for 10 minutes. So that's that. I know I'm new to Instagram, so I may catch a few new followers. I do post game coverage every day, or not every day, after every Aces game, home or away. They come out later during home games because I usually go to all the home games. I haven't missed one this season. So, if you're new to the channel, I'm a really interactive guy. If you go look at my past videos, I like and comment back on every comment. I like interacting with people. And today I had a ticket giveaway, and JK was the winner of that contest. So, congratulations to him again. We had a really great time. We met up, just talked basketball. He's a great basketball mind. And we even got to be the first quarter performance. We went on the court and put on some clothes. We ran and did a full court layup. I actually cut him off because I don't like to shoot left-handed layups. So I did cut him off at the end to make my layup, and it bounced in. It was pretty exciting. So I'm up 1-0 all time against JK on in-game whatever on-court performances or whatever. So, but it was a lot of fun. Obviously exciting. To have a ticket giveaway and be able to do something like that for someone who's been really nice to me and been a follower for over a year now. So I appreciate everybody. And if you're new to this, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like to just make videos about whatever, and I do a lot more than just Aces. I like to talk about all sports. So anything that I find really interesting and that I have a strong opinion about, and I like to have a lot of polarizing opinions as well. So that's that. We'll go into the game today. Obviously, the Aces got Shamwowed today, 95-72. Just not a good game. In the past, I've been a little more down than I should on the Aces. Someone called me out for it, saying that I was being too biased because I was just too down, which is true. And I'm glad, if you guys see something like that, call me out, please. I enjoy it. It's good for me. It helps me improve as a sports analyst. But in any case, yeah, the Aces got absolutely blasted today at home, which is not good. So the biggest problem in the game, this is my biggest takeaway from the game, is that the Aces seem too focused on plays. There will be, whoever has the ball thinks that they have to make the next play, and I would imagine this is like Bill Laimbeer wants them to run a play every single, some set play every time. It's not very fluid. It's just it's as if you're playing a game of 2K and you have the 4 options of plays. And the problem is okay, plays are great. That's the Utah Jazz system, which has been going on for a long time with Snyder. But the problem is that the players are too committed to these plays. There was the biggest play that this was noticeable on was Asia was on. She got the ball on the elbow and she had it. She turned around and she was open, surely open for a player of her caliber. But she thought in her mind, okay, I have to pass this to Cam Bates because that's the whole offensive scheme. The whole offensive scheme is not. It's not based around guards. It's based on the two bigs passing each other from the elbow to the post, like Memphis did in 2012 in their conference finals run. And she was open, and Liz was double teamed. And she still passed it because she felt like she had to do it. And you see that a lot, especially with someone like Jackie Young, who's like a sponge. She's trying to absorb all this content, and trying to do what Bill wants, but she's trying too hard, much like all the other players are. And another problem I see with the offense, there's these weird. They do it every game, and it drives me absolutely bananas. This weird double team. This weird screen from the left or right hand side of the 3-point line, but they'll pass it over as the screen's going. They'll run away from the ball and they'll try to pass it over. It doesn't work. It causes 4 turnovers a game. I don't know where it comes from, and I'm glad I'm finally saying it because I see it every game. So I finally put that in my game notes as something I wanted to say. There's no out-of-bound play still. I think I've said this in one of the past videos. Me and JK were talking about that all game. When you come out of timeouts, it's in the NBA especially, it's a way to get on track quickly. Almost all of your out-of-bounds plays result in a quick bucket, which is good for grabbing momentum going into whatever quarter, whatever situation you're in, to get you back on track or to keep momentum going. We don't have any. They look so uncomfortable. No one gets a shot open from an out-of-bounds play. Surely, when you have so much space to operate, because you have so much going on. That's something that also has to improve. It's a really big thing to take away from this game. Plum had her worst game of the season, maybe in an Aces uniform ever. Not to say she just looked uncomfortable, into her credit, or to her defense, all the guards in this offense look very uncomfortable because it has nothing to do with them, which is, I think, is such a major problem. And, if you watch me constantly, my problems with Bill Laimbeer. I just think the offense is really old-fashioned. I don't think the ball should be just tailored around the two bigs, especially when you start taking out Asian and Cambage. I don't know. Plum just was off, shooting, and everyone has off shooting nights, of course. He was forcing it a lot. The most memorable play I remembered from her night was she got a nice screen from Asia Wilson, and she drove towards the left of the basket. She got cut off. She got double teamed, and instead of passing it to Asia, who was open on the elbow, she forced it, and I think she was maybe just frustrated. I think maybe she didn't think she was getting enough touches tonight, and she always wants to get touches because she's great on the ball. And a big problem is that there's too many off-ball screens, but there's not enough on-ball screens for them to free up because the plays are so stagnant where the main ball handler is just standing there waiting for the play to develop when it's just not enough motion going on, not something fluid, and it got us tonight. We only scored 72 points, so it wasn't good. And in general, the team was just missing a lot of shots, so everything, I pretty much went wrong for the team tonight in terms of that. I think a lot of it has to do with the structure of the offense. I don't know. It goes without saying that obviously Bill Laimbeer brings a lot of interest to the team. Without a doubt, the whole night was Bill Laimbeer night. So it was dollar beer night, it was actually beer night. Like dollar beers, like as you would completely imagine. You grab a beer for $1, which was really great. So he's really good for marketing for the team. It's just I really worry about the future of this team because of what they're aspiring to be, which is a championship team. And right now they are not there. They have not played well against top talent, even Minnesota. They won that game, which was great, but they didn't look up to the task for most of that game, and they surely looked terrible this entire game. They got killed from the start. It was 30-19 by the end of the first quarter, which is just very bad luck. Liz is just not getting enough touches in this offense either. She played with one other really good player in Dallas, which is Skylar Diggins, and this team has 4 All-Stars, so they got to figure something out because it's not working. What I like to see from them is when they first get past half court, that Liz needs to try to dominate down low so they can get her within the first 5 seconds of the shot clock. That way the team doesn't have time to react and double team because she's so much bigger. She was 3 inches bigger than Delle Donne, and she's the biggest player in their team, and she wasn't even guarding Liz Cambage. Delle Donne was on Asia Wilson the entire game, so the fact that Liz didn't have at least 20 points is a shame, and it's terrible, and it's something that I have to fix because she's a complete mismatch. She's so dominant. It's not okay, and it's something that has to change. Seriously, it has to change. To say something a little on the bright side, I thought Jackie Young played a lot better than she did last game. It may not show up on the stat sheets, but just in terms of the flow of the offense, she didn't force it as much this game. She had a couple plays, but again, she's a rookie, so you're going to expect her to have a few little iffy plays. She's definitely improving. I think she's dedicated to her game a lot, and she knows kind of where she wants to be in the team. And she wants to be a part of the offense, and I can really appreciate that because she's going to be a part of the team for a long time. So it was good to see that. The Mystics, it's not, you can't say too many bright things about this game, obviously. Other than Asia Wilson, which I'll talk about now, she killed it. She looked like she did in her rookie season, really, and a lot of that came from when she was able to catch the ball in places that she liked. She almost forced it. She was like, just give me the ball somewhere that's not the damn elbow, and I can appreciate that because that's when she's best. She works best when she goes from inside to outside, not outside to in, and this offense forces her to be at the elbow a lot of the time, which is just not good for her. She can go from the elbow and drive in, but that's not where she's best. And you saw that at the end of the third quarter. I think she ripped off 10 or 12 points straight for this team and kept the game close. I mean, she got it from everywhere. She was close. She was driving in. She was getting foul shots. It was incredible to watch. She is a completely dominant. When she wants to be dominant, she can be. And I wish Bill would try to take that energy and do something with it. It just doesn't seem like he is. And he made the worst decision of the night. At the end of the third quarter, it was relatively close, within 9 points, and he took her out after she had just ripped off 12 straight. To me, it's very reminiscent of Nick Nurse's timeout after Kawhi Leonard had gone absolutely ballistic in Game 5 of the finals. Not to say that's the same magnitude, but it's the same idea that you're just killing momentum when it doesn't make any sense. Why take her out when we're so close? Games are only 40-minute long, so if she has to play a 35-minute game, like, that's a regular thing in the NBA, and they play a lot more often, so that is completely on him. Again, my opinion on him, but you can't, that's unexcusable. Like, that needed to be the time to make your final push with your best player, or one of your best players, if you want to argue if Liz is in Asia and Plum, but she was Rookie of the Year, and we saw how dominant she could be tonight with her 28 points. It was sad. I thought the Aces actually were on track to come back after that third quarter, but he completely killed the momentum by taking on Asia, and he put her in when it was too late, and they went right back on a run. So I know this is all a little dark. It was a pretty bad game, but at the end of the day, this Aces team will be fine. They had the most talented roster in the WNBA. It's a tough loss. They got to start playing better against top-tier teams. And I think they obviously have the capabilities to do so. The team is still young. They're learning. They will get better. I have complete faith in them. And I look forward to Saturday's game against Dallas. It should be a good way to get back on track. I know they just beat Phoenix, so have a little bit of momentum going forward. But, again, this team shouldn't have any problems. And, of course, there will always post-game coverage for me delivering sports. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter now. I'm on both, obviously. And on YouTube, of course, you can find all my videos. So thank you so much for listening, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'm excited to hear from you.